好，你们好，我们今天来上复习课。好，那么我们首先看一下 the format of the test. There are four parts. Part 1, listening, 20 points. Part 2, choose the correct word, 10 points. And part 3, writing, 20 points. And part 4, reading, 10 points. So in total, there are 60 points, 60 points. Okay, so let's go over each part one by one. Number 1, listening. We have part A and part B. So part A, as we always do in the classroom, you will hear 6 short conversations, and all these 6 short conversations will be in one MP3 file. So different from what you do in the classroom, that means you usually just listen to me read the conversations like twice or 3 times. When you take the test online, as long as within the required time, you can pause the MP3 file, you can listen to it as many times as you want, so take advantage of it. Okay, now part B, you will listen to a narrative followed by 4 questions. So this is for the listening part. The second part is multiple choice, choose the correct word, and we will have 5 questions. So for this part, to prepare for it, you need to go over the vocabulary in lesson 8 and lesson 18, especially all those vocabulary words I introduced in my video lectures. Okay, 好. Number 3, writing. We have 2 parts again. Part A, you will have 3 sentences basically in regular sequence, and you need to convert them using 背. Okay, so for review, please either watch my video lectures or read the grammar notes of the chapter. Okay, you will have 2 questions. Basically, you will be giving an illustration for each one, and you need to use this verb 这 structure to describe the illustration. Okay, so there will be 2 of them. To review, again, you can watch my videos or you can read the grammar notes from the textbook. Okay, now part B, you will need to type an essay to your test. Your essay should not be shorter than 150 characters. And the topic is, tell me 3 sports that you like and 3 sports that you don't like. And you need to tell me why. Okay. Now, the last part is a reading. For reading, we will have 5 questions, true or false. So this is the format of the test. Now, let me show you where you can find your test. Okay, now where you can find your test, go to your Sakai page on your left-hand side. Remember when you took your survey, so click that icon and you will see the test. Because now it's not open yet, so I will just show you when the test is open on Monday. This is the image that you will see. So basically from here, you can see the test is due on Sunday, 2020 April 12th, 11:55. Okay, so you will have 1 week from Monday to Sunday. You will have 1 week window time to complete the entire test. Okay, and for the test, you will have 70 minutes, 70 minutes. Okay, to complete. That means as long as you start the test, you will have 70 minutes. This is the same as we're in a classroom. You will have 70 minutes to finish your test. And you can only submit your test once. That means you will only be given 1 chance to finish your test. You have 1 week to choose any day, any time that you'd like to start your test, but as long as you start it, you have to finish it in 1 go. Okay, and a friendly reminder, when you work on your test, don't forget to save your answer. That's very important because if you forget to save, then all your answers will be gone. Okay, so be very careful, save your response. Okay. Okay, so now let me very quickly highlight some important vocabulary and grammar notes, grammar points you really need to focus on to prepare for the test. And so for this chapter, we talked about 运动. So all these words basically indicating different types of 运动, you really got to know them. You really need to know them. You need to know them by heart because this will be helpful for your listening. This also will be helpful for your multiple choice for choose the correct word to complete the answer. Okay. 比如跑步、打网球、打篮球、游泳足球you need to know 国际足球 and you need to know the verb 踢 and you need to know which part of your body you use to 踢 like 脚。好，那么美式足球和国际足球what's the difference？ 好，美式足球 the verb 抱the part of your body 手 okay I'm going over these really quickly because this is simply I all covered in my video lectures. So for the detail, you can rewatch those videos. 好，比如说比赛we can use 水平the level 棒 This is a very important adjective to describe someone who is outstanding at something. 好，比如像这个运动服运动鞋这种我们可以叫一套运动服好，那么这个呢it describes someone who is worried about something 担心 This is also a very useful verb. Okay. 好，那么比如说形容词胖we learned a very important expression 怕胖I'm afraid of being overweight. 怕 you could also say something you don't like 怕胖 you are afraid of being overweight. Basically, you don't want to become overweight. So you can say something you can use this to say something else. 比如说我怕冷 I'm afraid of coldness. Basically, you don't like cold weather. Or 我怕热 I'm afraid of hotness. Basically, that means you don't like hot weather. And etc. Okay. 好，那么we learned two adjectives. 危险、简单。什么是危险 ？Dangerous. 简单 simple, easy. 好，那么a verb. A lot of time we use it as an auxiliary verb. So we use it before another verb. 愿意去运动好also we learned using 难 an adjective and plus a verb to form a new adjective. 比如说 the word from our chapter 难受王鹏很难受 so 王鹏 is not feeling well 王鹏 is sad 好 the opposite meaning 好受 Okay, so as I mentioned, for the writing part A, you have two sentences that you need to use this verb plus the particle 这 You need to use this structure to describe based on an illustration that I give it to you. Okay, so please remember to review. This is a very important grammar and watch my lecture video of this part. And the last grammar. The last grammar I want to highlight here is the bay structure. So for the detail, again, rewatch my lecture videos, but I do want to give you several sentences here to tell you this bay construction can be more complicated. OK， 好，那么我们看第一个句子，王鹏打了高文忠。This is very straightforward. 王鹏 is the agent of the action, and 高文忠 is the receiver of this action. Okay, so when you convert this sentence that is in the regular sequence to a bay construction, basically you put the receiver of the action or the object of the action as the subject. So 高文忠被王鹏打了。This is very straightforward. What about this one? 王鹏打了高文忠的狗。So first of all, you got to ask yourself, which part is the agent of the action or the subject? In this case, it's Wang Peng. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Now, what about the receiver of the action? What about the object of this sentence? Okay, so this time it's more complicated than the one we see in the first sentence. So this time it's 高文忠的狗. So when you convert this sentence, what would you do? Okay, now we'll come back. This is what you should do. So 高文忠的狗, you put the whole thing as the subject of the new 被 construction. So 高文忠的狗被王鹏打了. Now, number 3. 高文忠打了，对不起，王鹏打了高文忠从白英爱那儿拿来的狗。Wow, what is this sentence talking about? I will give you a second to pause my video and before I go over it. Okay, we'll come back. So here, subject 王鹏 is the agent of the action. 好，那么 which part is the receiver of the action? You're right. The whole thing. 高文忠从白英二那儿拿来的狗. So the dog that 高文忠brought back from 白英爱. So this is a very long one. So how would you do that? So 高文忠从白英爱那儿拿来的狗被王鹏打了。Okay, 好， that's all for the review. If you have questions, don't forget you can always set up a Zoom meeting with me. 好，谢谢。